the mystery football kit.
Yeah.
I think it'd be such a cool idea. We do like kit of the week.
Yeah.
Every episode, we like open it.
Yeah.
With like the kit that we've just we open it on the camera and then we just like we show it to the camera.
Could do a few giveaways.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Background Football Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Background Football Podcast, and we're here again with my host Frank.
Hello.
I haven't introduced you in a little while.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm still here.
Still here. We haven't found a replacement for him.
No, I know. So. It's coming soon. Don't worry.
But I think on today's episode, we're going to be having a discussion about fullbacks.
Yeah.
And we did one earlier it was last year now, on goalkeepers, and I really enjoyed that one. Just talking about goalkeepers and how
it's the old school keepers.
How they've changed and just like our favourites growing up and our favourites now. And we're going to do the same basically, but just with fullbacks.
Yeah. And again, I'd say it's probably keepers and fullbacks are probably the two positions that have changed the most, I'd say.
Yeah.
I'd say not necessarily changed most, but the most drastic change. Fullback's much more in very recent years, I would say.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
But we could go on to like the other positions, but let's focus on fullback for today. And I guess we'll start with who are your favourite fullbacks growing up?
Oh, Danny Alves got to be one for me. Maicon.
Yeah.
Maicon especially. Yeah. I'd say his peak was short and brief, like his peak.
Yeah, because I don't remember watching him that much. He was almost a little bit before.
I think it was a bit before, and then that entity.
That was the first time I kind of got introduced to him as a kid. 2010, Mourinho's Inter, and he's just bombing up and down the right and just a unit.
Yeah, 2010 World Cup as well. They're probably a couple of mine. I love Marcelo.
Yeah, Marcelo's. I was going to say he changed the game somewhat. I feel.
Yeah.
Because he's not one of the first. Because I'd say Roberto Carlos was similar, but they were attacking and going forward was their best attribute.
I mean, Marcelo was kind of a winger.
Literally.
Love that guy.
Oh, but what a player! What a player!
People don't talk about him enough.
Yeah.
I just love him, but I think he's one of the best fullbacks ever, if not the best.
Yeah, he was definitely up there.
Yeah,
he's definitely up there. I mean, he's part of the three-peat Real Madrid Champions League side.
And a key part.
Yeah. And I just remember did he score? Maybe he didn't score, but he did. Against Bayern.
The assist. When he taps it through both players and then jumps. Anyway, who's yours growing up?
Because the problem is, I feel like when you are growing up, fullbacks are they're never really your favourite players.
No.
Very rarely.
Rarely, yeah.
Because I don't know, you always like the strikers, the wingers, the all-action midfielders, but the fullbacks, when kind of 2000s, early 2010s, they were just, most of them were just solid, kind of just,
do a job.
They got stuck in, could whip a decent crossing. But my favourites again are Danny Alves. We'll chat about Danny Alves because I fucking love that guy.
I'd say in Prison FC now.
Okay.
Yeah. As a footballer. Let's not get cancelled.
Yeah. But his partnership with Messi, at his time at Barca was just like ridiculous.
Like some of they just found each other.
They were like telepathic. Oh.
What?
And again, like somewhat similar to Marcelo, but I'd say a bit more well-rounded.
I'd agree. He was a bit more. I don't want to say more powerful, but he was more.
Definitely a more powerful runner.
Yeah. Definitely runner. Less skillful, but more. He's probably more of a standard right back, but just
such a high level.
Yeah. And I love that he was small and just like.
Yeah. He was just a character as well, wasn't he? Just a character.
Bit of a nutcase, yeah.
But no, he's definitely up there with one of my favourites ever. As much as I hate to say it, Ashley Cole,
Yeah.
when I was growing up, man,
I never liked him, but
I never liked him, but I could just see how good he was.
Stupidly good.
And also, like, I didn't even realise until I got a little bit older that he actually played for Arsenal. But when I first started watching, and Chelsea were like one of, if not the best teams in the league. Well, it's Chelsea and United.
Yeah, it's that
like the 2007 to 10.
Yeah, yeah.
Whereas Chelsea, United, who were just like the two best teams.
Yeah.
And Ashley Cole at left back.
Yeah, no, I was kind of saying I saw him as like Mr. Chelsea.
Yeah,
kind of, yeah.
And it was not till a few years later where like I kind of found out that he was part of an invincible Arsenal team.
He played for like 5 years as well, or maybe 6 or 7. It was a good stint at the time. He was at U4.
It was from because he broke into the team when he was young. I think. I'm gonna say 2001.
Yeah, I was gonna say 1 and 2. He left in 2006.
He left after the Champions League final, I think.
Yeah.
Or was it a year out? He did. I don't think he never played for us at the Emirates.
I think he played in the final, didn't he?
He played in the final.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure. But
yeah.
What fucking
Good player.
I always liked him as a player because, you know, any winger who's going up against him, you're like, oof.
Yeah, you're not gonna.
You're not getting much change out of him.
And on the Chelsea line, Ivanovic.
Yeah, I mean that's a bit further ahead.
Yeah, but I love that guy.
He was a fucking warrior.
And just scored so many goals. He would always just turn up and score a goal.
Really, really good in the air.
Yeah. Solid.
He's kind of it's weird, he's almost like a modern fullback.
He's kind of a modern fullback, but...
How he's like almost a centre-back playing fullback.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean by that, just like...
But like, he's a weird mix of kind of... Because he's kind of a classic fullback in the sense of like... Big lump, he's going to do a job, but then he's a modern one, it's kind of centre back, but then also scored and got forward. So it was a weird mix of kind of everything.
But he's underrated.
Very, very
underrated.
I'd put him. I mean, he's not. You'd never put him into the team of best prem, but I'd have him.
He's probably top 5.
I'd have him in the tier just below Gary Neville and Walker. I would personally.
I mean, he's definitely up there. So what, he won like 3 prems? 2?
Maybe 2. I'm not sure. No, he weren't there in Conte, but I think he was there with Mourinho. So, Mourinho
and didn't
come
he,
back.
And was he with Ancelotti as well?
I think he must have been.
I think he was in the squad. We'll have to fact check that.
Yeah.
But anyway, just he's fucking unreal. I mean, and you spoke just briefly Gary Neville. We'll go on to Gary Neville.
Never liked him playing, but again, that's the thing. He's probably the epitome of a classic fullback.
Yeah, he's such a classic fullback.
You don't really think of him when you're growing up.
You're not getting much, if anything, out of him. Very rarely got done.
Yeah.
Always in the right position.
Yeah.
Because another thing, like I often see, you can be a really good player. You know when the ball gets whipped into the back post and the fullbacks, you can just see like they're out of position. Yeah. Like Gary Neville was very, very rarely out of position. Yeah. Positional awareness and sense of like where to be.
Most important, like I think the best players are the ones that make it look easy and make it look like it's not that good. Like I know it's not a fullback, but a keeper like Alisson, he rarely pulls off a save that looks out of this world.
Because he's always in the right position.
So I feel like positioning is so key in Gary Neville. Like you look at Walker. Walker is at times out of position, but then he makes up for it.
Yeah,
and that's sometimes what makes
it almost makes him look better because he'll do some. Like he might be out of position, but then his like blistering pace will just get him back and he'll make a last ditch tackle, and then you're like, oh my god.
Yeah, exactly. So
it's almost like he's a bit more exciting, get out of your seat sort of player.
But they're not always the best. I mean, in his case, he
probably is.
But
the success of Neville, he had that right back position in United for how long?
Nearly 20 years. I mean, probably locked off for like 10, 15.
Yeah.
But like,
Then he petered out in and out towards the end, but that was always going to happen when you lose your legs a bit.
Yeah, exactly. But from like 95 to maybe 2006, 7.
Yeah,
or even 8. He was still
I mean, he won. How many Prems did he win? Must have won
8, 9.
Yeah, it's
something like that. I would actually still have him over Walker. You know.
Yeah, like you can't disrespect him.
Yeah.
For the thing, everything he's won. His and Ferguson's arguably the greatest Prem manager of all time.
Yeah,
that's why I said arguably.
Yeah.
Because you could argue.
But yeah.
And he's obviously he's never felt the need to we need a shiny new right back. No. Nah, Gary Neville.
Yeah.
Stick him in solid back four. Well, he makes up part of a solid back four, I guess. But yeah.
Yeah. So no top, and I guess now, especially I'd say last 5 years, it's changed so much. Fullbacks.
Yeah, well,
it changed, but then it has come back a bit.
Yeah,
yeah, actually.
So we'll move on, I guess, to the new school style of fullbacks, the invertibles.
Yeah.
The invertibles and the ball playing.
Yeah, I'd say particularly. I think ball playing is probably the key thing. I think.
Yeah.
Now you can't really be a fullback who's not good on the ball. I mean, generally on the back line, but fullbacks.
But yeah, because I feel like managers these days ask so much.
Yeah.
Especially the top tier managers, they ask so much of the fullback.
Yeah. And I think it used to be a little bit more reliant on just physicality, stamina, getting up and down.
Yeah.
But now it's mainly ball playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess. Then this is why I say Marcelo sort of not changed it, but it was okay, we can have this almost winger at fullback. Yeah. I mean, I know there's definitely examples in history of really attacking fullbacks. Yeah. Roberto Carlos. I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
Definitely are though.
They definitely are, it's the kind of we can be a really, really good team with a really attacking, and it can be a weapon.
Yeah.
Like Trent.
Yeah.
Now, and ever since he's come into broke into the Liverpool side, it's his passing range and just crossing.
It's ridiculous.
He's a very intelligent footballer as well.
What he can actually do.
Yeah.
With football is.
He's the most unique fullback I've ever seen.
Same. And I'd say he's probably the one that's changed it the most, at least in recent years.
Yeah. But it's so hard to replicate that, I feel.
I feel like that is
you just need a special talent.
Yeah.
To be able to do what you can do.
What you can do with ball, there's apart from the best of the very best, there's very few players in, at least I can think of in the last 20 years that have been able to do that, and not just talking about fullbacks. Yeah.
It's it's out of this world. Did you see that pass against West Ham?
Low along the ground. How
do you do that?
And he does it in a split. He just sees it and then goes.
Just
it's not it's like he's got loads of time and then he picks out the it's instant.
He'd be an absolute dream to play with.
Oh, I know, especially as a winger.
And just a striker crossing
it in.
Because when Klopp's Liverpool were at the peak of their powers, Robertson on one side and Trent on the other, and they both just used to get into the positions, cross it in.
Yeah.
So many goals came from Robertson or Trent whipping it in, and someone, Firmino, Mane, Salah.
Yeah.
One of them gets their head on it, even Wijnaldum crashing into the box.
And I feel like Robertson and Trent complement each other so well, because Robertson still put a great ball in, but he was much more the classic, just terrier.
Yeah, he was a classic fullback, Robertson.
Yeah,
he still is.
Yeah, still is. But then Trent, the kind of artist.
Yeah. And Robertson, I think, gets slightly disrespected as well. I think people forget how good he is.
I think injuries haven't helped him now.
Yeah, well, it's difficult because how old is he now? He's getting on.
30s. He's getting on.
It's never going to be. Yeah, it's always going to be hard. Yeah. It's always going to be hard.
For 5 years, he was
the best left back in the world, probably.
Yeah, I'd probably say so.
Probably.
Yeah, I can't really think of. There's definitely some who've probably come close.
Yeah.
But no one who did it consistently like he did. I don't think.
But he's a proper fullback. Like, you're not getting much out of him.
Yeah.
Especially at the peak, his peak. And
defensively, he was so good. So good.
So
Again,
good.
right place, right time.
Yeah.
Always,
Positional awareness and just...
would run non-stop.
Yeah.
Up and down.
And he's just like he's a winner as well. Like, he's a nasty in a good way.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I never really liked him in terms of him.
Yeah, I always kind of did, you know.
Yeah?
I know. I guess, like, I mean, on the pitch less so, but off the pitch he seems like...
No, but I don't mean off the pitch. I mean just when you're on the pitch and you're playing against... Well, we used to get fucking smacked by Liverpool every time we played them. And I just remember he would always just be so fucking dangerous as well. Just like...
It's the danger that pissed me off, because he'll lock off just anyone's winger, but then going forward, he's just always there.
Then suddenly he's in a really good position.
Yeah.
And
would always pick the right pass, right cross.
But no, he top.
Yeah.
Top. And as you said, I think they complement each other well, him and Trent, because Trent, obviously one of his biggest flaws, which I honestly think now it's less of a flaw. I don't see his defensive abilities.
I agree.
There definitely is still questions, or there has been questions, and kind of rightfully so. I think, because there were times where he would get just done, or out of position.
Well, out of position, just lack of awareness.
Yeah.
I think he's worked on it a lot.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I think now it's kind of like he's defensively pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, no one, because it goes real quiet.
Yeah.
When nothing really.
It's only when shit goes wrong.
It's only when people clip the one mistake he made and they disregard like the consistency in his defending through this season.
But
he'll make one mistake and it'll go viral.
No,
and
exactly.
Oh, Trent shit.
Conor Bradley will come on like the 70th minute and it's like, he can't defend, can't see out a game. Conor Bradley's a good player.
He is a good player.
I really like him.
They've got a ready-made replacement.
Yeah.
He's a bit more like Robertson.
Yeah, much more.
A bit more traditional.
They'll get Robinson, maybe.
They probably will. I mean, we were speaking about him the other day.
Yeah.
Top.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna move to a big club soon.
Big club, slot him very well. Be interesting. I mean, now that Trent could be going.
Yeah.
Be interesting how they fare without him, because I feel like now as well, generally, fullbacks are such a major cog in any top team.
Yeah. You have to have elite fullbacks.
Yeah.
Who, I mean, if you look at all City's teams, I mean, they've always had... We'll go on to City's fullbacks now, actually, because they've always had some slightly odd fullbacks.
Yeah.
Who have just done a job.
They've always
remember Delph?
Delph was fine. He was a good player.
Like, Pep stuck him at left back.
Yeah.
And he just did a job.
Won a couple titles.
He was part of the Centurion.
Yeah. Like Zinchenko. They've always had weird ones.
I mean, Zinchenko's a very good ball player.
Yeah.
He's a very, very good ball player.
Defensively, he does get caught out.
Yeah.
But I guess Pep, when there was that time of it was Centurion-ish time, they were so good that they just didn't. They almost didn't really need to focus on the defensive ones.
Yeah, they kept the ball so well and just didn't allow you any time that they would just control the game and just squeeze, and just, you couldn't do anything.
And they were just so much better than anyone in the league.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah, I mean, apart from then Liverpool came.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then I think as well at that time. I mean, we're straying off a bit from fullbacks, but at that time, even when Liverpool were challenging, everyone else was so off it that it wasn't like in the games when they weren't playing Liverpool. Obviously, there were other big games, but they didn't need to focus on the defence as much. And then I feel like in recent times when he's now brought in Gvardiol, played Ake there, Kanji, and Walker. And then he kind of realised, actually, the defensive side we need to focus a bit more.
Yeah, and their defence, I think, 2-3 seasons ago, mainly when they had a Kanji filling in, Ake, and obviously Walker
just locked off.
And Akanji and Ake are brilliant examples of centre backs doing a job at at fullback
yeah.
because they were just really good defensively, and it worked so well in that Pep system that you kind of just trusted them. They'll just play it to Rodri, or they'll just keep it very simple passing wise.
Very good on the ball. Like very tidy. Very tidy.
Because there's a big difference between like a Trent style, a ball player, and someone who's good on the ball, but like they're not going to do some outrageous pass. No, it's keeping it tidy. I think that's tidy, like really, really important.
Getting up and down. Yeah, well, it's more of a kind of a classic fullback, but with the new version of a centre back playing there, kind of like elite defensive. Yeah,
yeah, and because Arsenal have moved to that kind of thing.
Yeah,
because for years we had, the more traditional type of fullbacks, Monreal, Bellerin.
And when they're shit, like looking back, it's actually like, what were we doing? Kind of like, unless they're going to offer something like Trent does, you might as well play a centre back there.
Yeah, just needed to sort the camera out and the audio, but
hemos vuelto.
See, and so I was just about to start talking about Arsenal's fullbacks at the moment, and we'll go on. We'll move into your fullbacks as well.
Yeah.
I really, really like our selection of fullbacks at the moment.
Yeah, I actually think you're really missing Ben White being out though.
Yeah, I mean, I think Ben White was, in my opinion, the best right back in the league last year, especially second half of the season. He was absolutely unreal.
I'd sadly give it to you, but yeah,
he was absolutely unreal, and I think he's quite underrated.
I again sadly would agree. Yeah, I actually think he's so good.
Yeah,
like more like. I don't think he's underrated defensively. I think it's going forward.
Going forward, and some of his passing
is like
he's really, really
and
good.
just like he reminds me a little bit of Robertson in the sense that when he gets up there, he will always be there. He'll always be there, and he'll always put a good ball in. And his movement, and he is more his choice of pass.
Yeah, exactly. I think his decision making is really good.
Really good.
Like he very rarely makes a really poor pass that leads us into that leads to a chance for the other side, or do you know what I mean? Like he's kind of always in a position where someone can find him.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think we'll see when he's back. People will be like,
Yeah, I mean, the way I would set up, I'd play Timber left back because I think Timber's better defensively than
Definitely. Yeah.
But going forward, I think you really do miss.
Yeah,
and I think the role he played. Like you said, second half.
Well, his link-up play with Odegaard and Saka's like top.
Yeah.
They have this kind of not telepathic, but like they're very good with each other in these little like triangles on the right.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of your chances came from that link
last year. Definitely. Yeah. Like it was really heavily towards the right, and it was because of their relationship.
Yeah.
White, Saka.
No, I agree. I think you've missed it.
And he's a niggly little cunt as well.
I hate him.
He's a niggly little cunt.
He's such a prick.
But he's the sort of guy you want him on your team.
You want him on your team.
You want him on your team because he's just like, you see earlier in the season when I think it was McGinn booted the ball at Saliba.
Yeah.
And it came to White, just booted it right back at him because it's that sort of little things where you're like, yeah.
He's a bastard.
Yeah. And then Timber, who's had a really good start to the season.
Yeah, I'll give it to you. I think he's been really good.
Solid. And he's good going forward. He's good.
He doesn't offer the same. He offers something just different. It's just different.
Because he often, what I've noticed, Ben White is more, he goes more in the overlap, whereas Timber,
he'll
quite often it's the almost underlap where he like will pull someone in to free up Odegaard or give Saka, give another thought to someone.
I feel like he comes into midfield a lot more than White did. Like it's almost that sort of inverting. I think it's more Arteta's probably told him. Yeah.
Like whenever you can. Or whenever you think it's good. Obviously, it's more than that, but
yeah.
Like because he's very, very comfortable on the ball as well, very tidy.
Yeah.
But also has that solidity that I don't think Ben White does have.
No, I agree.
So it's
I
about
think Ben
finding-
White offers a lot more going forward, but Timber defensively is. That's why I'd start Timber left back, and then got to keep White in.
Yeah, because Timber's almost like too good to drop.
I know, I wouldn't drop Timber.
Yeah.
And I'd definitely start him over Calafiori.
Yeah, like I like Calafiori.
Not to say he's bad, but I think he's for what you guys want to do. I mean, obviously, you guys want to win a title. I think Calafiori is a squad player.
Yeah.
And a very good squad player.
Yeah, no, like
I'll give you that. Good squad player.
because I think
but
there is things that he is very good at. I think he's a very powerful runner.
he's good in the air.
He's good in the air, and he offers another body.
Yeah.
He's big, and
I'd say he's a bit chaotic.
he is a bit chaotic.
And I think
But that hasn't necessarily cost us at all yet.
no, it hasn't. But I just think it's not. I think it's puts your other players a little bit
Maybe.
at just a little bit on edge.
I hear that because he's kind of he's a little bit
Like it's
just a horse that's been set free. Or something.
it's true. yeah. And I just think, and your back line hasn't looked as strong as it did last year.
No.
I don't think. And I'm not saying that's his fault, but just
Yeah, but I guess you've also got to take into consideration.
Yeah.
Consideration that he's just come from it's his first year in the Prem.
yeah.
He's still getting used to it, and he's not been bad though. Like,
No,
he's not
he
been
hasn't.
bad
He hasn't.
at all.
I don't think he should be starting for you.
Yeah,
I don't think he's good enough to start for you in a team that should be challenging.
I don't know.
In my opinion, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd have to maybe disagree, but you need a squad. You need a big squad.
No, he's a good
and
squad
he's a very
player.
good squad player because you could play centre back as well. I mean, he's
Yeah.
Traditionally a centre back.
Yeah,
So yeah, and then the other one. I mean, Tomiyasu's been injured.
I think he's a good player though.
He's a good player.
He's a really good player.
Very good utility player.
I think I just remembered I had a dream about him a few days
You
ago.
dream about
Yeah,
him.
it was my dream. Yeah.
We're living in your head.
No. I can't remember what he was doing. I remember he was there.
Such a rogue person to be in your dream.
I know. Tomiyasu. What was he doing there? I don't know. But
But he's a very good utility player, and he'd be very handy.
yeah, if he
have
wasn't
now.
injured all the time.
I know, exactly, because that's his big downfall. It's
Yeah.
like he's just constantly injured, and I'm a little bit sick of it.
Yeah.
I'm thinking if you're not available, mate, we should sell him.
Yeah, so just to compare him and Calafiori, I would actually say Tomiyasu. I think Calafiori is a better player generally, but I think Tomiyasu's
very solid.
I'd rather have Tomiyasu starting in a team than I would Calafiori.
It depends on the type of game.
It does,
I think.
but pure. Like,
If I wanna lock off that side.
if I'm purely saying for a season to have like your base starter, mine would be Tomiyasu purely because he's more solid. He's less erratic.
Yeah. I'd agree with that.
But I think generally, in terms of actually playing, we're talking about the modern day fullback. Calafiori is probably a bit better.
Yeah.
But just as the solidity, I'd have Tomiyasu.
Yeah, I'd have to agree.
Yeah.
Should we move on to your fullbacks?
Yeah, I mean, ours.
You've got a good two.
We do. I mean,
Poro's very good.
great. Poro's great. Defensively, he's got questions, but then you don't know if that's because the way we're playing or what.
Yeah, I
it's,
feel like
it's hard to. I find it's very hard to criticize our defenders because I feel like so much of it is the way we play. But like you look at the players like Poro, I think he's a very good player, very good on the ball.
He's got a very good cross on him and a good shot as well.
I say good shot, but he does.
He's got the potential to have a threatening shot.
He can,
but he does miss.
and he takes a lot of shots.
I feel like he always finds himself in a position to have a shot.
Yeah.
Which I guess is probably part of Ange's thinking is get the fullbacks into these positions.
Yeah, definitely. Because look at our fullbacks, we start so high.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then Udogie had the best season this year.
He was very good last season.
Very good last year.
He's a bit more of a traditional fullback, would you say?
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
Bombing it up and down.
He's good physically as
Very,
well.
very
he's
quick and strong.
He can kind of match the really good wingers in pace and physicality wise.
Yeah, and he's tall.
He's pretty good on the ball.
Yeah, I'd say so. Again, unless he's not got that. You compare him and Poro. He's not going to pick out a 50, 60-yard pass like Porro could, or Trent. I mean, Trent's Trent. But he's tidy on the ball. He'll get up and down. Good player. I really like him. And Spence,
young as well.
Yeah, very young.
Young. There's definitely room to grow.
100%.
For him.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we talked about Spence. He's barely played though, has he?
No, exactly. He's just come into the team after like 2 years, and so far, I mean, in the 2 games he's played great. Really good, solid, good on the ball, made shit happen.
Yeah.
Made a few mistakes, but I don't mind that. At least he's trying stuff.
Yeah.
No, I like him, but again, it's
a squad player though.
Yeah,
You need.
Yeah, exactly. You need these.
You need just players who can come in and you know what you're gonna get. Almost, you don't want. Yeah, you just like, all right, Porro's injured. Who do we have? Let's get Spence in there. And then
No, yeah.
If he's good enough, he's good enough. But I feel like he's probably a bit too early to speak
I agree.
too much on him.
Oh, 100%. I think he's literally only played 2 or 3 games.
Yeah.
But he's good. And you look at, I mean, there was a period, so you look at the Poch period, you have Walker and Rose bombing it up and down. They're like, again, a very traditional fullback approach of just up, down, up, down, up, down. But they were just so good. They offered so much physically.
Yeah.
Get stuck in.
Aggressive.
Always get up there. Reliable. And then we had a period where we sold Walker. Rose, that is, has problems.
He had his injury problems as well.
Yeah. And then we never really replaced them.
No.
Properly. No. We got Aurier, Doherty, 2, I mean, realistically, dreadful signings. Like Emerson Royale.
Aurier was the most rash player.
I love him. I love him, and he was hilarious. But some of the stuff he did, you just like, oh man,
just go diving in,
give away.
Just
a pen,
keep
get
composure.
Off, and you're just like, come on, man. But that was quite a funny period, the Mourinho period.
Yeah.
And then Emerson Royale, and you look at these players, it was just money.
Yeah, didn't Emerson Royale cost like 20, 30 mil?
I think it was 25, 30 mil. You look at him, Aurier and Doherty all together, probably 60, 70 mil you're talking.
Yeah.
And when you look at that, you could have gone and bought an elite right back who we'd still have. And still be playing.
Yeah.
I mean, now we've kind of sorted it a bit, but like, it's just been tough. And then left back, we just started Ben Davis. But as much as I love Ben Davis, proper servant to the club, he's not good enough for what we want to achieve.
Yeah, no.
The perfect squad player.
Yeah.
But
it's kind of the squad player that you don't really want to play.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you don't... Like, he'll do a job.
He'll do it very... I think he's better as a centre-back.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess because...
He's reliable. Very reliable. And he, as a fullback, again, reliable, but he just doesn't offer much going forward.
Yeah.
No. But no, so yeah.
Should we go on to the best? I guess who are the best fullbacks now? Right now.
It's quite interesting. I feel like there's not necessarily a standout apart from Trent.
Yeah. I mean, who are Barca and Madrid's?
I mean, Madrid.
They've still got Carvalho.
He did his ACL.
Yeah.
Did you see the video, by the way, of him doing it?
No, I haven't. I don't want to
Yeah,
watch it.
no, it's bad.
But yeah, I mean, I guess we'll touch on Carvalho quickly. I think he's
one of my favourite fullbacks ever.
Incredibly underrated in terms of what he's done.
Yeah.
And in the rankings of like best right backs of all time, he's got to be up there.
He's in the conversation. I'd have him in the conversation.
A proper winner, solid.
For 10 years, been the same player pretty much.
Yeah.
And just
he's
reliable.
So reliable.
Yeah.
Like, he's a niggly cunt.
Yeah, hasn't got a weakness.
Yeah, no, he doesn't.
Really.
He doesn't, not really.
He's one of those right backs who you just...
Like, you're not getting any change off him.
Yeah, it's one of those ones, if he's fit, he's arguably the first name of the team sheet, purely for his reliability. Yeah, unbelievable player.
Yeah, no, I do really, really like him.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, the best at the moment's gonna realistically, it's got to be Trent, right?
Got to be Trent. I can't really think of many other right backs.
Well, he's not a right back, but I'll tell you who has been. He's improved so much.
I might know who
Cucurella.
Oh, Cucurella, yeah.
As much as I don't like him, He's a top.
He's
Can't lie, he's very good.
Player. He's quite funny as well.
Yeah. With his hair, it's just like.
Yeah, it's when he like makes a mistake or complains, and it's just like.
Yeah, well, like when he slipped twice against.
Yeah, and he's like.
So I'm blaming the boots.
Yeah. You know who else who I think could actually be the best is Theo Hernandez.
Oh, for AC Milan.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a quality.
Every time I watch him, reliable, a serious threat.
Yeah.
Rapid. I'd actually think I'd have him the best in the world. You know.
Left back.
Yeah, I would.
He's definitely up there, isn't he?
Yeah.
Because like the thing is, I don't watch him week in, week out.
No. It's just when I do see him, I'm just like, Jesus Christ, this guy's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alphonso Davies. What are your thoughts?
I feel
Well, he had
when he broke out.
I remember.
Oh my God, he was. I remember the game. It was 1 at 6 minus one against Barca, and he's just like
he tormented them.
Oh my God, so quick. He'd still be. I'd still love him. But
at Spurs.
Well, no, just like
of course.
Yeah, I think he might go. I mean, there's been
there's the link with Madrid
for
in there.
years, yeah.
I think he probably will eventually happen.
Yeah. I think his contract might be out this summer.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But he's had a quiet few years, I feel.
Yeah, definitely. After that year, he hasn't been talked about that much. I think he got injured a little bit.
But I mean, he's an example of a winger playing fullback.
Yeah, completely.
Because I wouldn't necessarily trust him that much in a one-on-one situation.
No.
Or
unless he can get back with his pace, but in terms
if
of being
it's
down
purely
and
just one-on-one
or positioning, you'd be a bit.
Like he's definitely not at a world-class level.
No.
But at the same time, if you're playing for a team like Madrid or Bayern, you're not going to have to do too much of that defensively because you're just going to have all of the ball and all.
Yeah, unless you're getting to Champions League semi-final, final.
That's when it could.
That's when it matters.
But then again, he won the Champions League with them, didn't he? So. Yeah.
That Bayern side.
Oh, what a team.
Oh my God. So dominant.
Yeah.
That year.
Yeah. Because that's the thing, we could just go on and on and on and just name fullbacks. And then we'd be here for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
But the last one that we'll talk about, and we'll probably wrap it up, is Philip Lahm.
Oh.
Because I feel like we have to speak about him.
Okay, but there's one more we also have to. Just
okay.
But yeah.
I'll just say, ever reliable. I don't think he got sent off in his career.
No, he didn't.
And just such a professional.
Like.
Such a winner.
Won everything. Champions League, World Cup.
Yeah.
Captain.
A bit like Gary Neville in terms of like.
Yeah.
He's not the most exhilarating player.
But he's going to do everything that he does is going to be perfect.
Yeah. Really good on the ball.
Yeah.
Just such a good player.
Would have been very good now as well. Because he played a lot. He played a decent amount in midfield. I mean, then it wasn't really a thing of inverting.
Yeah.
It was just you either start at fullback or you start in midfield.
Because it's quite a big thing, I feel now, like players who can play in midfield and at fullback.
Yeah.
Like
very key.
Very key. I mean, loads of players.
Yeah.
Kimmich.
We didn't talk about Kimmich. Yeah, Kimmich.
Yeah, but I guess he's not. I mean, he is a right back. But I see him more as a midfielder.
Now, yeah.
And it happens a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, the one I was going to say was Zanetti.
Oh,
I think very similar.
Very similar, yeah.
Very almost kind of played. Not identical, but like
they were very similar.
Very similar. He's probably a little bit more of a workhorse than Lahm.
Yeah, but they were both like kind of Mr. Inter and Mr. Bayern.
Yeah, club captain. He's been there for God knows how many years.
And they're still doing it at an old age, and he's still putting in a shift.
Yeah,
just led by example.
Yeah,
great players. One of them probably Zanetti. I can't believe we're 40 minutes in. We haven't even discussed Zanetti.
I mean, you'd have him in there for the all-time debate as well.
Like, if I was doing like my favourite players team, not necessarily the best, he'd probably be in my right back position.
Yeah, you know what?
I'd probably have to stick him in somewhere.
I'd probably have him, Carvajal, or Maicon. I would think.
Yeah.
Maybe him and Carvajal.
Who was their left back? Am I bugging out?
When Maicon was right back, I think he played left
Yeah,
back.
but he
did a lot of time.
both.
He did right back, left back, midfield.
Oh, because I was going crazy. I was I'm sure he's a right back, but he definitely put
I think he played left back that year.
Yeah, but that just shows how good he is.
Yeah. Play right back, left back, midfield at that level.
Yeah. What a guy.
Yeah.
And I just thought of another one. As Piliqueta.
Yeah. Oh my god, I forgot about it. He was such a good player. He again doesn't get talked about.
No, he doesn't.
Nowhere near enough.
Because again, he's a bit boring.
He's very boring.
Shirt tucked in.
Yeah.
Fucking
he's
solid.
He's the type of guy if you met him outside, he just I don't know. The conversation you just be nothing.
Yeah. Which, no offense.
Yeah. Sorry,
if you're watching.
Yeah.
No offense.
He'd talk about cutting his grass. For an hour. Yeah.
But he's a winner.
Yeah. Serial winner.
Mr. Reliable again. Another Mr. Reliable.
Yeah. Can play anywhere along the back line.
Yeah. Well, he was part of the back three of Conte.
Yeah. Played
and
Champions League
and Tuchel.
Yeah.
So I guess he is kind of a bit more of a. Well, he did a lot of work at right back, but he quite often was in that right
centre.
Right
I think
centre back.
His probably best years were at centre back.
Yeah.
Played left back as well, fair bit.
Yeah.
Very good signing. Unbelievable signing.
It was like 8 million. Or something, wasn't it?
I know.
Brilliant bit of business.
Yeah. Yeah.
We could go on and on. I've got a few more names.
Go on.
All right,
we'll do a few.
Evra.
Yeah. He doesn't stand out for me as much, just because it's like... I mean, he's a very good player, but I feel like... Again, he wouldn't fill me with complete confidence.
I don't know. For a good 3-4 years, though, he was
he was amazing. But I feel like he was a bit erratic and But again,
remember when he chugged on the pitch?
When he what?
He chundered on the pitch.
Did he? I don't remember that.
Oh, do you not remember that?
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Did he keep playing?
I think so. Yeah, I think it was. He was just like,
Yeah. And fucking Sir Alex fully shouting over the
he was like, "What the fuck have you been eating?"
Yeah. That's funny. No, he was a very good player.
Yeah.
Funny guy now.
Yeah, no, he is. He's a bit weird.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen him with like
kissing the raw chicken.
Yeah,
It's a bit weird.
I know. It's
like, why film yourself do that?
It's quite funny as a pundit as well. He's just like...
But he's actually quite good as a pundit.
He's good, but he's just fucking chaos.
Yeah. Should we wrap it up there?
I feel like we probably should. We could go on, but...
Yeah, because I've got a few more names. But anyway, thank you guys for watching.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed this episode. We'll probably eventually end up doing a specific one on all of the positions.
Yeah, let us know which one you want to hear next.
We'll probably go centre back next.
Yeah, probably.
I think that's makes the most sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.